Josh, and this is a fish. And in just a few minutes, I'm going to show you how this fish will help you get laid. And it'll do it without teaching you cheesy pickup lines that don't work, without letting you spend a dime on dinners and drinks, and without anyone ever noticing you're using his techniques on them. But first, I gotta warn you, I've taught this technique you're about to learn to over 110,000 guys just like you, who live in over 30 countries around the world, and it's going to make hot women stare at you and uncontrollably chase you. But to be fair to the other 100,000 plus guys who've shoved money in my pockets to teach them this technique already, I'm only going to be able to leave this video up for 24 hours. So this is literally the only chance you'll get to see this video all the way through. And if you actually think you have something better to do than learn this technique, then you're either gay, not that there's anything wrong with that if you are, or you're so old you piss dust. If you consider yourself an above average or even typical guy, stick around, this is totally for you. And if you watch until the end of the webinar, I'm going to give you the system that is literally step by step and is proven to create sexual intrigue that is so compelling and so powerful that almost any girl you use it on will find their panties around their knees, soaked to the max before she can even say, "My name is." Listen, I've pulled this off so many times, I've lost count. It even works if she thinks you're unattractive. In fact, if you follow my step-by-step method to the letter, it's literally out of her control. She has to respond. Wouldn't that be a secret you'd love to know? Well, this is a fact. All women go through the same exact process every time they decide to sleep with a guy. And trust me, you've never seen anything like this before, so make sure you watch this video to the very end. But first, I'm going to tell you a sex story. Yeah, I know most guys would tell you all about their different media appearances they've done, all the books they've authored, blah, blah. And yeah, I could bore you with that crap. I have a credentialed resume that would make the biggest player you know run home to his mama. But listen, if you're smart, you don't give a damn about that. And I bet you don't. You probably just want the juice, the secret sauce, and I'm going to get to that in just a few seconds, right after my sex story. Deal? Cool. So how did this skinny little loser-looking dude go from zero to the chick whisperer? Did I get rich? Did I memorize line after lame-ass line? Did I put on pheromone cologne? Hell no. The truth is pretty brutal. I was an absolute leper with women until I discovered this system. If you looked up whipped in the dictionary, it'd say, see Josh Pellisier. In fact, if I hadn't hit complete rock bottom, I'd probably still be terrible to this day. You see, several years ago, I was living with my complete ice queen of an ex-girlfriend in North Carolina. She was hot, young, and she knew it. You know, a total Barbie who always gets what she wants. And I thought she was amazing in bed. Now that I've been with a few hundred more women, I wouldn't even rate her a 5. But listen, back then, the old Josh did anything she wanted. She wanted to move to North Carolina. I said, okay, let's go. She wanted to keep in touch with her ex-boyfriend. I told her, it's okay, I understand. She wanted me to pay for the apartment. I didn't want to look like a deadbeat, so I said, I'll work 2 jobs, no problem. I just wanted to make her happy. Top-rated satellite radio show on Sirius XM. But you have to remember this. I'm just a reformed little wuss with women who was just too tired of being walked all over to take it anymore. I wanted to have the women I knew I deserved, just like I'm sure you do. I didn't want to settle for the ones I knew I could easily get, just like you don't want to settle either. My name is Josh Pellisier, and I'm the creator of the Tao of Badass. That's just another way of saying the way of the badass. I've heard a lot of guys call it the stealth seduction system because it's completely under the radar. But it's more like a step-by-step attraction blueprint that shows an average guy exactly what this 4-step process is and how to use it. This is the very first step-by-step guide that uses a proven method for attracting any woman, even the first time you use it, without changing who you are, memorizing stupid lines, or creeping women out. Even if you're over the age of 50 and you want to date younger women, if you're balding, if you're overweight and lazy, you are not rich, and you're deathly afraid of approaching women. And especially if you've tried everything you could think of and you're still not seeing the results you really want. There's nothing simpler, easier to use, and more effective than the Tao system. Now, I've revealed some pretty controversial secrets in this webinar. Secrets that, frankly, I could get into a lot of trouble for revealing. You now know that looking at a woman's mouth at the right time will make her uncontrollably daydream about sleeping with you. You learned that facing a woman directly when you first meet her will completely and instantly turn her off. You learned that just by saying one sentence, you can make any woman compete for your attention and chase after you. And you found out that women actually don't want money, big muscles, or a full head of hair or good looks. You now know, and this is what would get me in a lot of trouble, that women are actually attracted to pre-selection. And that you can follow a few simple steps to use pre-selection to turn on any woman you want. I also revealed the secret behind a woman's filter mechanism, and that you can bypass it and stay under the radar while you're doing it. Now, you can take this information that I've taught you here today and it will work. Or